trust your feet in Christ and Son. Our work is tried and true. Practical, pragmatical, steadfast and sturdy, sturdy too. If you stroll or saunter and will walk, jog, hop or run, the prudent shoe for you to choose is Christ and Son.
You might think beauty comes in spring and sparrow, or when the sunrise hits the morning dew. But if you walk the straight and narrow, you'll find the elegance and comfort is a... Do you know what the most beautiful thing in the world is, Charlie?
A shoe?
A shoe. The most beautiful thing in the world. The most beautiful thing in the world, Charlie, that I know. Sing it, Charlie. The most beautiful thing in the world. The most beautiful thing in the world, Charlie, it's beautiful. 4 generations have paved the way before you. You'll be next in line when my time is through. And there's a saying handed down, I found a value that you can tell about a fella from his
shoe.
The most beautiful thing in the world, the most beautiful thing in the world, Charlie, that I know, the most beautiful thing in the world, the most beautiful thing in the world, Charlie, it's beautiful, it's beautiful.
But what if I don't want to make shoes?
You're a right funny kid, you are.
Never ends inside these.
Take those things off your feet and get inside here, stupid boy.
Charlie, here are the shoes I told you about. Come have a look. Aren't they the most necessary things ever? If you want to slip a ring on my finger, you'll first slip these shoes on my feet.
What, tad posh for life in Northampton, wouldn't you say?
Then good thing we're moving to London. And won't they make a fitting farewell to the stink of cattle farms and tanning leather? We may have been born in a small factory town, but we sure as hell don't have to die there.
You see the price? There's 3 months' rent.
Pinch 'em or pay for 'em, that's up to you. But these shoes are in my future. To new beginnings, hello to sunny days. We're upward mobile now, goodbye to small town ways. Till it's impossible to find a trace of what we left behind. And the defining element is in these shoes. The most beautiful thing in the world, the most beautiful thing in the world, Charlie, that I know, the most beautiful thing in the world, the most beautiful thing in the world, Charlie, it's beautiful, it's beautiful.
Your life, your future is right here in this factory. You belong here.
No, I belong with Nicola in London.
No, you belong here.
Will you toast my journey?
But to leave your family and home for a job shopping in London.
Marketing. Dad, Richard Bailey, has offered Nicola and me positions marketing real estate.
You're breaking me heart, Charlie.
Oi, to you, Dad.
Shoes can protect a man's journey, but only his heart can choose the path. And so a toast to our own Charlie. May you never fail to point your shoes back home.
To Charlie, beautiful, it's beautiful. To Charlie, beautiful, it's beautiful.
These shoes are symbols of our family history.
These shoes will carry me to where I wanna be.
Feels like young Jim.
These shoes are symbols of our family history.
Don't you go anywhere, 'cause you belong to me.
You all do realise you're talking about shoes.
The most beautiful thing in the world. The most beautiful thing in the world. Charlie is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing in the world. The most beautiful thing in the world. Charlie is, I know. The most beautiful thing in the world. The most beautiful thing in the world. Charlie is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's
God, this flat is dirty and small and dreary, and everything about it needs replacing except
Me.
the address. We're in London, Charlie. London. London. London.
Where'd you say we were?
London.
So you're happy, Nick?
I'm ecstatic, aren't you?
I'm happy if you're happy.
Oh, is that really the best you can do?
I love you.
Well, you can always go back and muck in with your dad.
Oh, what? Make shoes? That's not what I want.
What is it you want?
Sorry. Hello? Yes, this is his son. When? How?
Trust your feet in Christ and Son. Our work is tried and true. Practical, pragmatical, steadfast and steady too. If you stroll or saunter, amble, walk, jog, hop or run, the prudent shoe for you to choose is Christ and Son.
Your father would be proud to see you standing here, Mr. Price.
Oh, cripes, George, you've known me all my life. Call me Charlie.
Price and Son must have a Mr. Price. Mr. Price.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Now, you see, my father always assumed that one day I'd take over the factory, but I never said I would.
Oh, excuse me, sir, if you could just hear. They're all waiting below.
Huh?
A word or two, sir. I'd appreciate hearing from the new head of Price and
Oh,
Son.
that's not really necessary.
Just a word, sir.
Oi, oi, quiet down. The little prince got something to say.
Hello. Hi. Cheers. Thanks for the flowers and the notes and whatnot.
Perhaps a word of encouragement about the future.
Yes, let's keep making shoes. Great shoes. And good luck with that.
Wow, that wanker's got away with words.
Mr. Price, come quick. Chambers have sent back their entire shoe order.
After you, Mr. Price.
Can someone sign so I can get the rest of these shoes off my truck?
Is there something wrong with them?
Someone who cares sign our 3 copies.
All right, Pat, I guess we should put these in the storeroom.
The Chambers winter shoe order is already in there.
What are these?
The Chambers spring shoe order.
And we're currently manufacturing...
The Chambers summer shoe order, and it's a big one.
You telling me we've a year's worth of shoes and no one to buy them?
It started some time back. Chambers cut down orders, but cutting back production would have meant cutting back workers' hours, and your father wouldn't hear of it.
I would have thought he told you. But then you were busy at university and with your girl.
Yeah, but what's to be done with all these shoes?
Once or twice, your father sold overstock to the discount chain.
So it's happened before?
Never as bad as this.
Actually, of late, he seemed less concerned. He said he settled on some sort of plan.
A sort of plan? What sort of plan?
Ladies and gents, band on a break. Back in 5.
Not bad for a discount shoe salesman, eh?
Really terrific, Harry. To you.
To your father, yeah. He was a gent.
And to yours.
Well, mate, I assume you didn't come all the way to London just to buy me a drink?
Yeah, seems like we find ourselves with 600 pairs of brogues and no buyer.
Chambers finally cancelled your orders completely, yeah.
But then I remember the time your father found his stock short, and my dad, at no small expense, took on the task of filling the shortfall.
No fair, conjuring ancient history.
Look, I'll give them to you at cost. Cost, Harry, for old time's sake.
You see these, Charlie? I import them from Slovakia and sell them at a fraction of your cost.
But they're shite. A price you will last a man a lifetime. The poor sort who buys these will need new ones in a season.
And I'll be right there to sell them a pair at a very affordable price.
Oi, ever hear the saying, poor people stay poor because they buy cheap shoes?
You ever hear the saying, no matter how far down the wrong road you've gone, turn back? Selling off inventory is only going to prolong the inevitable. But tell me, Charlie, is manufacturing shoes really what you had your upset on?
Is selling cheap imports your aspiration?
If my life was nothing more than shoes, you'd find me swinging by my tie from a steam pipe. My guitar, my mates, the music of my escape. It ain't perfect, but it's what I got. Remember the pub where our fathers went to spend the end of their day.
Remember the yard behind the pub where we'd run and play.
Well, the places we loved came down with a blast.
High-rise flats rose up so fast.
You can't go back, you can't make it last. You've gotta take what you got, even when your life is in knots. You take aim, take your shot. Sometimes you've gotta rewrite the plot. You've gotta take what you got.
You'd always say that one of these days you'd get out of Northampton town.
You'd always say that you wouldn't stay. No, you wouldn't stick around.
Never knew what I wanted before. Now I'm even more unsure.
You can't move on if you're still in the past. Listen, you've gotta take what you got, even when your life is in knots. You take aim, take your shot. Sometimes you gotta rewrite the plot. You gotta take what you got.
Everybody's telling me what I need to be. Change with the times, move to London town, or live out a legacy. Well, maybe this time I take a chance, leap into the vast expanse. Maybe this time I seize my destiny, my destiny.
If you're on the wrong road, turn back.
So you'll help me out? Thank you, Harry!
2, 3, you've gotta take what you got. Even when your life is in knots, you take aim, take your shot. Sometimes you gotta rewrite the plot.
You gotta take what you got.
You gotta take what you got.
You something to spare for a thirsty man, eh?
Here. A Price and Son shoe will last a man a lifetime.
Do I look like a man whose problem is shoes?
All right, fellas, let's go easy now.
However you like it, darling. We can start out easy and take it from there.
I'm over program.
Hey, come now, gently. Maybe you've had your...
Hey, what if I said mind your own business?
Let a lady go on away.
You can take her place if you fancy it.
Step aside, sir. I can handle the likes of these.
Ah!
first man to fall for me, and I promise he won't be the last. Leave expectations at the door. Just let your eyes explore my cinematic flair. From my boots to derriere, I got a lacy silken feel with arms as hard as steel. I am freedom, I'm constriction, a potpourri of contradiction. Leave that humdrum pace of glum behind. Once you walk inside these doors, you're mine. Now let me blow your mind and lectures out. And then here I am. Yes, man, I am Lola. And lecture sweet, ooh, that's me, Ebony. I am Lola. Step into a dream where glamour is extreme. Welcome to my fantasy. We give good epiphany. So come and take my hand and welcome to the land of Lola. No need to be embarrassed. I like to be looked at, and you like to look. I know a way to make us both happy. Lola. Oh, ooh, yeah. Lola. Got Ginger Rogers Savoir-faire with the moves of Fred Astaire. I'm Black Jesus, I'm Black Mary, but this Mary's legs are hairy. I'm your cocoa butter bitch, not just cookie cutter pitch. I provide the unexpected with a prize that's undetected. Then Lola lift you to your highest high. Let's explore your fine up and see. I am gonna treat you right and let you down. And bam, here I am. Yes, ma'am, I am Lola. And let you sweet. Ooh, that's me, Ebony. I am Lola. Step into a dream where glamour is extreme. Welcome to my fantasy. We give good epiphany. Step into a dream where glamour is extreme. Welcome to my fantasy. We give good epiphany. So come and take my hand and welcome to the land of Lola. Say my name. Oh. So come and take my hand and welcome to the land of He lives. Hello. They call me Lola because it's my name. Very sweet you riding to my rescue. Very Prince Charming.
You don't appear to be in much need of rescue.
A girl's got to know how to look after herself. There are some very funny people out there. How's your chin? Ooh, don't flatter yourself. I will say one thing for you. You're hard-headed. Your jaw whacked my heel clean off.
Oh, well, I could fix these for you. Oh, but they're just cheap boots.
Very expensive boots, but cheaply made. I'll give my left tit for a shoe that could stand up to me. Oh, but it's my curse to love these things.
Oh, here, please, allow me.
Ooh. Well, thanks again, mister. Not to be presumptive, but you are a mister.
Charlie from Northampton.
Well, Charlie from Northampton, if you'll excuse me, I need to start the second show. There's a room full of people waiting to feel normal by comparison. But please, feel free to join in the fun.
Oh, very kind, thank you, but I must be getting back. I've got a factory full of folk need firing tomorrow morning.
And they call me kinky. Well, as Oscar Wilde said, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Ladies, gentlemen, and those who have yet to make up their minds, I invite you to look around. You might see something you want. Oh, did you catch that? I just made a man disappear with one wink. Oh, what a shame. My girl so wanted to meet him. Isn't that right? Now don't worry, you're perfectly safe. My girls are harmless. But then again, this is live theater, so you never know. Leave expectations at the door. Just let your eyes explore. My cinematic flair from my boot to derriere.
A 2-week notice? Then what?
As I've said, I've found someone to buy our current stock. With no orders for next season, I'm afraid we'll have to shut down.
Please, Charlie, my girl's just started school. It's the uniforms, love. And me with no husband to help.
I'm sorry, Trish, but Chambers has cancelled our contract. What else can I do?
Is that what all this is about? Them Chambers shoe returns? All right. So you've had some bad news, but chin up, me duck, as my mother used to say. Don't worry today, because today ain't tomorrow. So thanks for the chat, Charlie, and good luck.
What? Trish, no, it's not like that. Trish, I have to.
And lectures out, and bam, here I am. Yes, ma'am, I am Lord.
So I'm giving everyone their 2-week notice. We'll use the time to ratchet down production, take inventory, clean the machines.
Who are you kidding? I've been working here since you and me was kids. I'm 3rd generation, Price and Son.
Yeah, well, the fact is that 9 out of 10 shoe manufacturers have shut down already. And unless I can find a miracle buyer, what else can I do?
Do what you like, but you can't fire me. Remember back at school when you tried to cut me off your rugby team? Remember what happened?
You shoved me down a flight of stairs and got suspended.
Yeah. But I stayed on the team.
And lecture sweet, ooh, that's me, Ebony, I am
Well, what else can I do? We can't keep making things no one wants.
Then make something they do.
Make something they do. What?
Make something they do want. Change the product.
This is a shoe factory. We make shoes.
Not ones anyone wants. Over at the Whitcomb factory, they noted a lack of all-weather hiking shoes, so they started making all-weather hiking shoes and saved the factory. Toby's has started making sandals. All the sods who survived went out looking for an underserved niche market and aimed to fill the void. They didn't sit up in their offices whining, "What else can I do?"
Well, my wedding shoes are still here, but my fiancé's nowhere in sight.
Sorry, Nick, I'm completely underwater.
You're saying you still haven't left? Charlie, we have an appointment. If we lose this haul, we'll wind up getting married in a fish and chip shop.
Yeah, now that sounds like fun.
Are you seriously standing me up?
Oh, come on, Nick, do we really need a showy wedding? In the end, shouldn't it be about us?
A wedding announces to the world who you as a couple are going to be.
Yeah, I've just given 2-week notices to George, Don, Maggie, Trish.
Oh, bloody hell! I forgot to ask Maggie to be a bridesmaid. She'd like that, wouldn't she?
I think she'd like getting paid better. Honestly, Nick, saving all those people's jobs, tell the world a little bit more about us than having a fancy party in a pair of 900 quid shoes you're only going to wear once. Talk about your niche market. Talk about your niche market.
Talk about what niche market?
Take what you've got, change the product, find an underserved niche market, and they certainly are a completely underserved niche market.
Have you gone off your nut?
Nick, I'll bring you back. Lauren, to the office. Come see Mr. Pratt. Charlie in his office. Now!
Step into a dream. Great glamour is extreme. Welcome to my fantasy. We give good epiphany. So come and take my hand and welcome to the love.
Yes! Yeah!
Oh, you've returned.
I was going to give...
You've got a dark horse in this boyfriend of yours.
Oh, no.
Nothing's
She's
going on
not
here.
mine.
He's got another girl. I just stuff his boxes. at least for the next 2 weeks.
What are you staring at?
Oh, you'll have to forgive him. We don't get many transvestites in Northampton.
Don't kid yourself. You're never more than 10 steps away from some sort of cross-dresser. In any case, those are not transvestites. They're drag queens.
There's a difference.
Yes. A drag queen puts on a frock and suddenly she's Cleopatra. A transvestite gets done up and often as not looks like Winston Churchill in his mother's knickers.
And so you are...
Insulted that you need to ask. So, you fired this lovely girl.
Well, things aren't very good in men's shoes.
Certainly I'm not.
How much do you weigh?
Exactly the right amount.
For a man, but you're wearing women's boots.
I thought you weren't paying attention.
Well, it's all wrong.
Hasn't stopped me yet.
A heel made for a woman cannot possibly support a man's weight. You need something special.
And I deserve something special.
Yes. Well, if you trans veterans are everywhere like you say, then there must be a niche market for properly built-to-last women's boots for women who are men. Yes? No? The International Shoe Exhibition is in Milan next month. If we had something new to show, something no one else in the world has to offer, it might just save the factory.
Oh!
I'd like to measure you up. Go back and make a sample pair.
First, riddle me this. Who gets to keep the boots? And I'll give you a hint. The correct answer is, you do, Lola.
You do, Lola.
Ah, and where do I pick them up? Prices of Northampton, is
Oh,
it?
no. I'll bring them to you. I come to London all the time.
You don't want me to come to Northampton, do you?
No.
I'm sorry, but I have a terrible habit of doing exactly the opposite to what people ask, which might explain why I'm wearing this frock today. See you in Northampton. Oh, and make them red!
Do I belong here? Am I what's wrong here? Know what I'm doing, or am I a fraud? Do I fit in? Where do I begin? Same old Charlie, frightened and flawed, so I pretend and keep my head up like I know how this will end. Maybe these pieces are falling together, making me feel like I'm not alone, punching holes into this leather. This kind of feels like I'm back home. I'm watching myself and I know what to do. Hey, look at me now. It's a shoe. This is time for a shake-up. Look at me, wake up, taking control. This is our new beginning. My gears are spinning. Let's rock and roll. Just put one foot onward and forward. I used to be a zero, but now I clearly feel that I may be the hero who reinvents the heel. I may be facing the impossible. I may be chasing after miracles, and there may be the steepest mountain to overcome. But this is step one. This is step one. so I better dive right in. I may be facing the impossible, I may be chasing after miracles, and there may be the steepest mountain to overcome. But this is step one. It's not just a factory, this is my family. No one's gonna shut us down. No, while Charlie Price is around, we may be facing the impossible, we may be chasing after miracles, and there may be the steepest mountain to overcome. We may be facing the impossible, we may be chasing after miracles, and there may be the steepest mountain to overcome. But this is step one. Look what Charlie Boy has done. This is step one.
What is this?
Your boot.
Burgundy.
Is something wrong?
Please, Lord, tell me I've not inspired something. Burgundy.
Well, at the club, you said
Red.
You didn't specify.
Red!
Burgundy is a red.
Burgundy is the color of hot water bottles. Red is the color of sex. Burgundy is for cardigans and golf apparel. Red is passion and danger and signs that say do not enter.
I've always been partial to pink.
Pink is for playthings, yellow for warnings, purple for princes, black is for wannabes, green is for pickles, but red is for sex.
Well, at least try them on. I guarantee they're comfy.
Sex shouldn't be comfy.
Oh, good! I thought it was just me.
Comfy's what's been putting you out of business. You want to save this place? Then you're going to have to start manufacturing sex. 2.5 feet of irresistible tubular sex.
But at least look at the heel. You sort can dance all night and beat up a football team, but this heel will still be whole. Isn't that what you wanted?
Not if it means looking like a Ukrainian folk dancer. The ladies, would you go out in something like this?
But I say you'd look all right in them. Sweetheart.
And what's your name? Darling.
It's Don to you, sweetheart.
Well, Don. If you can't get women to wear them, you'll never get them on blokes like me. And that's the color red you need. And Charlie, if you want to put them over the top, look to the heel. The sex is in the heel, even if you break it. The sex is in the feel, honey, you can't fake it. Jack it up, 'cause I'm no flat tire. Mack it up 6 inches higher. Ow, the sex is in the heel, so just embrace it. I hope you don't mind, but I bought my own backup. Ladies, tell the man what you need. From London to Milan.
actual scientific reason, heels tends the leg and the hindquarter region, lifting the rear and making it appear hurt and ready for mating season.
That's the scientific view, but you know what I say? The sex is in the heel, fierce as you can make it. Ah. The sex is the appeal, kinky boys can shake it.
Pump it up,
Till it's ostentatious.
funk it up.
It's contagious. Woo! The sex is in the heel, so just embrace it. Here we go!
London to the line. Feed that chic hot feeling. In red and neon lights. Won't go nowhere without my Manolo studio. Paris, Hong Kong. Stilettos leave them reeling. Seduction amplified. The heel should hit the ceiling. The heel should hit the ceiling.
The sex is in the heel. The sex is in the heel. The sex is in the heel. London to Milan.
Stilettos are in his up. In red and neon lights.
Hey!
Got a lot of pride in New York, Paris, Hong Kong. Living like it is up. Seduction amplified. The heel is the transmission.
These are brilliant. I'd wear any one of them.
You're not our niche market.
There are some very interesting ideas here.
But they're all stiletto heels. It's physically impossible to make a stiletto that can bear the weight of a full-grown man.
Not so fast. If we could mold the steel, one piece from ball to heel, we'd underpin it and remake it so not even dawn could break it.
Sorry?
I said, underpin it and remake it so not even dawn could break it.
Yeah, you think?
We can do it!
We can do it!
We can do it!
Stilettos are in his up. In red and neon lights. In big legs. New York, Paris, Hong Kong. Watch out, world. Here we go.
Lola, did you hear me? I said we can do it.
All right, but you'll have to be quick. We have an 8 o'clock show.
No, seriously, we think we have a way to make the boots. And if we can, and if you're right about never being far from a cross customer, we might just have something.
That there's cause for celebration. Yes. I need a van to take 7 to the train station.
You've got to stay.
I'll ring back. Me? Stay? Here? Yes? No! Charlie, my boy, I abandoned the provinces years ago, and your fellow Don in there was a stellar reminder why.
Well, forget about Don, he's just...
Just like every other man in Northampton. Charlie, I've lived this life once, I'm not doing it again.
Oh, so you head back to London, and I'm here, trying to save a factory that 4 generations of my family poured their life's blood into?
Get to the part that applies to me.
Look, I'm willing to gamble the fate of this whole enterprise on you as a designer.
Me, a designer? Now who's kidding who? Hand me glitter feathers and a hot glue gun and I can make the world a pretty place. But me, a designer?
I've been force-fed shoes since childhood, but I've never seen nothing like what you just drew.
They're drawings.
No.
The silly scribblings of a braggarty sissy boy who doesn't know when to shut his gob. Oh, have a gander at me, Charlie. I wouldn't trust me to babysit a cactus.
You are passionate about shoes. I haven't heard anyone talk about a heel that way since... Well, not since my father. You know how rare it is to feel that way about something. You know how jealous I am? I've never been passionate about nothing. Well, maybe snogging.
Ah, but you're forgetting something. I don't know how to make a shoe.
It just so happens I do. If we're to succeed, we'll need to produce a boot unlike anything anyone has ever seen before. That's where you come in. And if we don't want to be laughed out of Milan, they'll have to be executed so impeccably that no one can deny we're comers to be reckoned with, and that, God help us, is where I come in. 3 weeks. 3 weeks, Lola, that's all I'm asking.
Is that a taxi or a police car? Guess I'll find out when I offer him money.
Opportunity has fallen into your lap. The easy thing, maybe even the sensible thing, would be to walk off and have a laugh about the time some nutter offered you a job designing kinky boots. But I promise, if you do, the rest of your life you'll wonder, what if I'd said yes? What if I'd stayed?
A designer? A designer! I guess I could get used to the name Kinky Boots. Or better yet, Lola's Kinky Boots. I hope you know you're going to have to make me a new sign. And I warn you, it had better be red!
If you stroll or saunter, amble, walk, jog, hop or run, the prudent shoe for you to choose is Price and Son.
Price and Son spent the last century making a range of shoes for men. We will begin this century by making a range of shoes for a range of men. There's no denying it's do or die, but do we will. Are there any questions? All right, let's make shoes. Boots!
If I can just get your signature on these checks, Mr. Price.
George, it's Charlie.
Mr. Price, you've earned it. Today, at least.
Mr. Price, eh? Better than what else can I do, Charlie? Wait, I'll take charge, Charlie, all the way now.
Very impressive.
Oh, well, thanks to you.
Anytime.
Well, no, I mean it. Thanks to you. Thank you.
Charlie, can I get your opinion here?
Excuse me.
Oh no. Don't you dare. Girl, 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 I'm warning you. I think I've got a crush. I can't. I think I'm falling for him. Oh no. Why not? Women have been making bad choices since the beginning of time. Are you gonna be another one of mine?
Lauren! Lauren! I was thinking that keeping you on the production line is a waste of your talents. I'd like you to work with me on the Milan show.
You don't owe me a job.
No?
No.
Well, all this started with you having a fit.
I had a fit, but you had an idea. And that's why some of us get our names on factories and the rest on punch cards.
Well, as someone whose name is on a factory, I am asking if I may please place your name on one of my executive punch cards. Good? Good. What? Have I got something in my teeth?
No. It's just funny how you can know someone all your life and not really know them at all.
I guess I'll see you later.
Sure thing! Boss, used to think you were from outer space. Who's this bright-eyed guy in your place? You're kind of cute when you're not so shy. But I've been here before. Have I come back for more? Another chapter in the history of wrong guys. You used to be so meh, a limp lackluster bore, but now you're changing into someone I just can't ignore. Charlie, honestly, I've been hurt like this before. Is there really more to you than what I always thought? How can you surprise me anymore? He's got a girlfriend, you knob. Don't wanna be another star-crossed lover. We all know how that ends. I'm better off without him. We're better off as friends. Yeah. Oh. But I've been here before. Have I come back for more? Another chapter in the history of wrong guys. Yesterday, no spark, no heartache galore. But today I'm feeling something I just can't ignore. Charlie, honestly, I've been hurt like this before. The history of wrong guys. Chapter 1, he's a bum. 2, he's not into you. 3, he's a sleaze. 4, loves the girl next door. 5, loves the boy next door. 6, don't love you no more. Makes you insecure, makes you so unsure. Is so immature, loves his mother more. Or has a girlfriend named Nicola.
Ready to get to work?
Charlie, honestly, I've been hurt like this before. I can see there's more to you than what I always thought. But I won't be burned anymore.
Where are you off to?
I've been executized.
I didn't hear the tea trolley. Don't you boys have work needs doing?
Oh, what's the matter? Threaten that the mistress will slap you down for not doing her bidding?
You're as clever as you are, Rich.
Come on, George. He's got to make Price and Son the town joke, and you know it.
Happens I know no such thing.
At fisticuffs last night, the fellas from Delaney's Shoes was calling us slaves of the puff.
With Delaney's about to shut her, one would think those boys would do better than to drink their money away. Meanwhile, last time I looked, you lot were still on the payroll here. So why don't you stifle your yaps and earn your keep?
Ooh, you've
really been put in your place now, haven't you, Don?
Get stuffed, the both of you! And here comes Her Royal Highness now.
What the?
Ha! Just when you were sure you'd seen it all, eh?
Have you got any toilets down here?
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I'm afraid all we've got is men's and women's.
Charlie, quick! Lona's gone and locked herself in the loo. Hurry.
All right, I'll talk to her, but I'm not going into the ladies' room. You go and get her to come out.
She's in the gents.
The what?
The men's room.
Well, of course she is. Lola. Lola, it's Charlie. Are you sick?
Depends who you ask.
No. Did someone nick your frock?
I come up with the daft idea that maybe I should try to fit in.
Probably get a lot more work done this way.
Yeah.
Less bits and bobs to catch in the machine.
Thanks for your support. God. In a gown, I can bellow Brunhilde in front of 500 drunks and have a laugh. But put me in men's clothes and I can't sodding well say hello. Oh, what am I doing here, Charlie?
Becoming a designer.
Did they ever ask to be one?
Well, did you always want to be a performer? I mean, when you were a kid.
Whatever it was I wanted as a kid, my father beat out of me.
Your dad hit you?
Not like that. He was a boxer.
What?
Yeah, a proper prize fighter who never got the title match he wanted, but presented with a baby boy. Well, if he couldn't raise a champion's belt over his head, his son would.
Oh, he didn't know
Of
about...
course he knew. But he figured if he pushed me, trained me himself. Ah, you heard right. I am a professionally trained boxer with a dozen amateur bouts to my name, so don't try me. But when I appeared for a fight in a white cocktail dress, he disowned me, refused to see me. Even when he came down with lung cancer. It's ironic, really. Fags got him in the end. Oh, and you. You like making shoes?
Oh. The day I was born, my dad set me down next in line of Price and Son. For him, a done deal, but for me... First opportunity, I grabbed my childhood sweetheart and we jumped on the next train out of town.
What was it you ran off to do?
Anything but what he wanted.
And yet here you are.
Here I am.
When I was just a kid, everything I did was to be like him. Under my skin, my father always thought if I was strong and fought, not like some albatross, I'd begin to feed him. Look at me, powerless and holding my breath, trying hard to repress what scared him to death. It was never easy to be his type of man. To breathe freely was not in his plan. And the best part of me is what he wouldn't see. I'm not my father's son. I'm not the image of what he dreamed of. With the strength of Sparta and the patience of Job, still couldn't be the one to echo what he'd done and mirror what was not in me. So I jumped in my dreams and found an escape. Maybe I went to extremes of leather and lace, but the world seemed brighter 6 inches off the ground, and the air seemed lighter. I was profound, and I felt so proud just to leave out loud. I'm not my father's son. I'm not the image of what he dreamed of. With the strength of Sparta and the patience of Job, still couldn't be the one to echo what he'd done and mirror what was not in me. The endless torrent of expectation swirling inside my mind wore me down. I came to a realization, and I finally turned around to see that I could just be me.
I'm not my father's son. I'm not the image of what he dreamed of.
With the strength of Sparta and the patience of Job, still couldn't be the one to echo what he'd done and mirror what was not in me. We're the same, Charlie boy, you and me. Charlie from Northampton. Meet Simon from Clacton.
Let's make boots. Sorry! You wouldn't believe what's going on in there.
Oh, hey, stranger. Don't I get a kiss?
Sorry. I'm just excited. Nick, I found the craziest solution for the factory.
Oh, slow down, Charlie. You said you'd hear us out, yeah? Like I told you on the phone, some of this is gonna come as a shock, but you promised you'd listen with an open mind. Charlie, you remember my boss, Richard Bailey?
I was almost your boss too, eh, mate? Sorry about your dad. But I hope once the dust settles, maybe you'll come back and work with us. In any event, I have to say I am totally mad for this project. Not all buildings deserve a second life, but yours is special.
What, second life?
Oh, let the men talk, darling.
Price and Son, Riverside Apartments. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom loft-style homes with all the luxuries.
How exciting is that?
Look at the detail. It's not what you change about a building, it's what you preserve that marks a great conversion.
What makes you think we're up for conversion?
You promised to hear the man out.
Price and Son is not for sale.
Actually, it is. Unless you want to see it foreclosed.
No, if you'd listen, you know that I found a
Charlie!
solution to the
Quick,
factory.
quick. Dangerous trainers just pulled in. The first pair of boots are on the final polish. But we can't unveil them without you. Oh, hello. I'm Lola. I'm the one designing Charlie's new line of transvestite footwear.
Oh,
There's a slight chill in the air, isn't there? Yes. Yes. Maybe I should just go away.
that was... You have to get to know him. Listen, Nick, I haven't gone into this lightly. There actually is a market out there
Before
for...
you make a complete fool of yourself, it's time you heard the truth. Selling the building was your father's idea.
Oh.
Yes, your father's idea. He approached Richard months ago. Tell him.
It's true. Your dad and I had several meetings.
You yourself told me that he had a plan, remember? Well, this was it. The contracts were almost done when he passed away. We can show you the papers. Look, Richard came to me first, lest you think your father doubted you could run the business. But don't look so down. This is all good news. The deal Richard's put together will rid you of the factory, settle your family's debts, and ensure our future with a career-defining selling opportunity. We even get a model flat rent-free while we're selling...
I'm asking you to have a bit of faith in me.
Stop! Are you deaf? Your father was cashing out. You owe him nothing. The prison door's open. You're free, Charlie. All you need to do is walk away.
You were always telling me what I need to be, but you never really had enough faith in me, Dad. You gave up the factory. Well, this time I'm gonna take that chance, leap into the vast expanse. This time I'm gonna seize my destiny. My destiny.
Well, boss, is this what you had in mind?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah.
Charlie, what are you doing? Get down.
Let me hear you say yeah, 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 yeah. Say yeah, 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 yeah. Say yeah, say yeah, say yeah. You can throw out the old way 'cause it's been done.
We're getting ready for the new.
Witness the future of Price and Son.
Ow! Papa's got a brand new shoe. A lot of broken heels got you down.
Well, we've got your solution.
Get up
Get it on and get it stopped
without
kinky revolution. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Say yeah, yeah. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Say yeah, yeah. making shoes. We are making 2.5 feet of irresistible tubular sash. So let's do it! I punch the holes.
I sew the seams.
And I pull the leather tight.
I put the steel inside the heel.
Now we go up like dynamite.
Can you picture this? A glamorous fashion exhibition.
I see flashbulb lights and fashion heights.
I see present television. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah.
He wants to hear you say yeah, yeah. Say yeah.
Synergy, my pets, in man leather and say whoa. Tell me, is this kismet?
Now if you are with this, let's go. Everybody say yeah.
Ladies, gentlemen, help me welcome our new Schmarkhead.
Somebody catch her!
Charlie, give me a hand. No, somebody.
Everybody,
Everybody,
everybody say yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Say yeah, Say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah.
Everybody, everybody, everybody say Trust your feet in Christ and Son, our work is tried and true. Practical, pragmatical, steadfast and sturdy too. Whether you're highbrow or pure or posh or working class, get your mitts on kinky kicks and kick some
Where do you think you're going with those?
something's not quite right.
I want to see the colours in daylight.
What did we talk about the other day? I thought we agreed what constitutes proper working attire.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You look adorable.
Did you approve the lining fabrics and fittings for the bags?
Right after lunch.
And did you call the modelling agency? They needed to start casting yesterday. Get it done now.
Yes,
Wait,
boss.
now! I mean it.
Love you too.
Oh, careful there, big lady. Or is it little man? Need hand? Or a boot?
Tell me, Dapper Don, what can I do that would allow you to go on with your life, undistracted by my sharing the planet?
Try dressing like a bloke for starters.
Jealous?
Me? What have I got to be jealous of?
Of all the attention I get from the ladies.
You. Ladies.
Raise your hands if you look to see what I wear to work each day. Now raise your hands if you care what Don wears.
You telling me you ain't all tarted up to get blokes?
Why would I do that? Blokes that fancy blokes, fancy blokes.
You like women?
Ha! I adore them. I worship them. My whole being is dedicated to loving them, and they love me right back.
Then why don't all men wear dresses?
Ask the question I've been asking all my life.
A woman wants a man what acts like a real man.
And what does a real man act like? Ladies, care to help Don out? Tell him what you want.
Me? I don't need much. A bit of companionship, a mate. A mate with benefits.
I like big hands.
And affection.
I like to bite.
I want sensitivity and compassion. All right.
Companionship, affection, sensitivity, and compassion. Traditionally female characteristics, wouldn't you say?
You're off your tribe.
Really? Stand back. Let me tell you something. Well, a woman wants to see. Stand back. Mister, I know everything. But it's what you blindly see. What a woman wants.
Masculinity.
What a man.
Sensitivity.
What a man.
In a fantasy.
What a man.
What a woman wants.
What a man.
A muscle to clutch.
What a man.
Just a tender touch.
Well, you don't get out too much.
To know the smoothness of her skin with a gentle caress. Feel the feathery quality of her dress. What separates a man like you from a man like me? I'm a reflection, her protection. I'm her curious mystery.
What a man.
What a woman.
What a man.
What a woman.
What a man. What a man.
What a woman wants.
What a man. What a man. What a man. What a man.
What a woman.
What a man.
What a woman.
What a man. What a man.
What a woman wants.
What a man.
Oh, come on, we all know what a bird really wants is a rock solid.
Uh-huh. Commitment. Look at me, devilishly, debonair. Look at you, divinely dull, drab, and dumpy.
A woman wants a man to give as much as she can take. Just like me. Piss off!
I have a challenge for you. Write down what you think I need to do to be a real man, and I'll do the same for you. Whatever you tell me to do, I will have to do. But you will have to do the same for me. Deal?
I ain't wearing no puffy dress.
Chickening out already?
What a man, 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 what a man,
What a woman,
what a man, 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 what a man,
what a woman What a woman, what a woman was. With me, what a woman was. What a woman was. You're on.
Why didn't you warn me?
I thought you heard, everyone else did.
Do you think I would have let it go this far? And why didn't you stop it?
Have you ever tried stopping Lola from doing anything? Lola told Don he could give her any challenge at all, and this is what he chose.
A boxing match between Lola and Don at fisticuffs. It's going to be a bloody slaughter.
Have some faith. I'm sure Lola's got a few moves up her sleeve.
It's not her I'm worried about. Lola is a professionally trained fighter.
She's a what?
Come on!
Aye, aye. Looks like there's gonna be trouble.
Oh, we don't know who he's messing with, all right? So shut your mouth.
Ladies, gentlemen, and those who've yet to make up their minds. In this corner, leaning brown, weighing in a gold lame gown. Yeah, yeah. In this corner, it's a night in the cradle of the bright white light.
Hit him in his big mouth. Hit him in his insecurity. Yeah. Hit him off his high horse. Hit him so everyone can see. Yeah.
Who do you think you are coming to our town looking like a penny sardine on a 5-star plate? You better watch your back.
In this corner, heavyweight, we need heavy like a buttermilk cake. Can a real man ever confess he was beaten by a guy in a dress?
Ooh, hit him in the lipstick. Hit him in his feminine mystique. Yeah. Hit him up with high heels. Hit him in the cheek and send him back to London town.
Sequin freak. Hey, you are gonna get slapped, slapped, slapped.
All right, listen up, you two. I want a clean, fair, but artfully performed fight. I don't want to see any blows below the belt, or any hairs out of place. Oh, hang on, darling, you gotta take a lipstick on your teeth. All right, then, back to your corners and come out fighting!
Shut up!
He ain't half the man Don is. You can say that again.
In this corner, down the crowd, take them down and make us ladies proud. In this corner, dominate. Set her up so we can set the stage.
Round one!
Hit him in his big mouth. Hit him in his insecurity. Yeah. Hit him up his high horse. Hit him so everyone can see. Ooh, yeah.
Hiya!
And back to your corners, you be!
Fancy grasshopper, darling. It'll keep you bouncy.
If you finish him off quick, we can still get kimchi at the Korean.
So you got a good shot, but don't get cocky.
I'm as pretty as felt okay.
If you're lucky, I might let you off easy.
Don't you know I get excited when you tease me?
What's the matter, John? You look a little pale.
I feel like a hammer.
I feel like the nail.
Come on, John, knock him black and blue. Here comes an uppercut, a left hook, and a pirouette too. Round two. And that's
Less than a week till Milan, and you somehow think a boxing match a good idea.
I thought watching Don slap me around might boost morale.
Suppose I should thank you for not crippling him.
Anything for the war effort.
Charlie. Lola.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Why didn't I leave you two lovebirds to make up?
Let's say vodka's your preferred. So why'd you do it? Why'd you let me win?
Really?
Really?
Because I didn't want you to walk into the factory tomorrow and feel disrespected.
How about you?
Compared to my challenge, losing a fight is like a polka in the pansies.
Accept someone for who they are. What's that mean?
Just what it says?
You looking for me to say men in frocks is all right?
I ain't looking for you to say anything.
Accept someone for who they are. Well, how's that make me a man?
Try it.
Anyone.
Anyone at all.
And that's it.
Good luck.
You have no idea what you're doing either. We're in the same room. We've never done this before.
Everyone just stop talking. Now, one of you, please, cut to the chase.
We miscalculated. The Milan trip is going to cost more than we budgeted.
No, it can't cost more because we have no more.
It's me. I'm the blunderer. I never factored in land transport in Milan.
Or the import taxes.
No, I planned for the taxes on the samples, but only one pair of each.
Oh,
I know, stupid.
Not brilliant.
Well, it's all your fault for putting me in charge. What do I know about producing a bloody fashion show in bleeding Italy?
If we don't get our boots to Milan, then all this work will have been for nothing.
How about we call the bank? Maybe see how close we are. They'd carry us.
Good day, Mr. Banker. We've gone tits up making the best shoes in England, but we've chucked all that to make boots for transgentries. How'd you like to bunk in with us?
It would be an awful burden, I know, but how about a short-term mortgage on your new flat?
I just did that. That's how we got to today.
Charlie, I was sitting on the loo when I was struck by lightning.
Oh, kitten, you ought to close the window first.
I spoke to a nice chap down at the post office. Let me see if he can give us any leeway on the taxis.
Will someone listen to me?
Yeah, we're in crisis here.
Charlie, you want me to hire Italian models and hair and makeup staff. Why?
At last, one question to which I have an answer. I want you to hire models, hair and makeup because we are putting on a show.
But why are we using fashion models?
Oh, I've got this one too, because we are putting on a fashion show.
But why are we using professional fashion models?
Oh, this really is my day, because we are putting on a professional fashion show.
Let's take the girls from the club.
The Angels.
Who would be more fun to see on the runway? A bunch of personality-free pretty boys prancing about, or a gaggle of fabulous drags who can demonstrate what these boots were born to do?
You're not serious. You want me to gamble my family's business? This building, my home, the very shirt on my back on a ramshackle bunch of broken down
There you go,
cross-dressed-
biting the hand that feeds.
I don't know which one is more daft, what you're saying or what you're wearing.
Want to have a look at these, Mr. Price?
No, the heel is wrong. This isn't the design.
True enough, but up against the deadline, we had to improvise.
Well, it's nothing like the drawing.
We had to put the heel on a different angle.
Why?
Else we'd have to create an entirely new steel shape.
Then do it.
We'll have no sewing time if we have to wait for a new heel.
I told them to go ahead like that.
But it's not what you drew.
One's a drawing, one's a shoe.
I didn't give you approval.
No, all you give me is deadlines.
Okay, we're going to do this right or not at all. Let me see them. No, these seams aren't straight. You're rushing. Do it again.
Excuse
me. And the
me?
zipper is set wrong. People, this is for Milan, for the most sophisticated shoe buyers in the world. So, I don't want to be the laughing stock of the industry. We're on thin ice putting these out in the first place. Everyone, stop, wait, stop, hold on the floor. Marge, Maggie, George, Trish. Take a look at these. Now, they all have to be picked out and redone correctly. They all have to be done again.
It's Saturday!
And?
I don't mind a bit of rah-rah, kumbaya for the sake of the team, but some of us have a life outside this factory.
And you'll have a bloody lot more of it if I fire you. Now do it again. Please. You have a problem?
All right, everyone, back to work.
Here's what I don't understand. Why am I the only one who cares? No, not now, Nick.
Don't even think about putting me off, Charlie.
I'm sorry, Nick, but I'm up against a bit of a crisis here.
You mortgaged our flat without even discussing it with me. There I am, having my supper, alone as usual, and along comes a man to measure up the garden for the valuation.
Yeah, I can explain.
No one can ever say I didn't stand by my man. And I'll stand by you still if you give me but one reason.
The reason is right in front of you. Isn't saving Price and Son worth everything?
Where was this passion when I was trying to make us a new life in London?
God, London was for you.
For us?
For you! You wanted London and I went along.
Really? Well, you could have fooled me. And what about us? Was getting engaged just for me too? And this? Who's this rubbish for? Oh, don't tell me it's for your father. He's probably spinning in his grave over what you've turned his factory into. So who's it for, Charlie? That fancy friend of yours doing special favours for him? Something going on there I should know about?
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Well, how should I know who you've been sleeping with? Certainly hasn't been with me.
I'm doing it for them.
Who?
Them, our friends. No, we grew up with these people. We've known them all our lives, and now their whole livelihood is riding on this factory.
And this factory is riding straight off the cliff. If your father was still here, they'd already be out of work.
But he isn't. I am.
So you're hankering to be a hero.
Nick.
Charlie to the rescue, is it? Well, how do I get Charlie to rescue me?
You look nice. All done up.
Richard's put me on a new project. Big time stuff.
Yeah.
I'm headed back to London for good. Are you coming?
Aren't those the shoes we saw?
How long was I supposed to wait? It's long, Charlie.
Yeah.
If you're done making wedding plans, can we finish discussing the Milan show?
There's no discussion to be had. We're using professional models. Done.
Then you better get on the phone because I just called and cancelled them.
I never told you that you
Think,
could.
Charlie. My girls don't need to be paid. They'll do it for cocktails, giggles, and the chance to walk a professional runway. And My girls do their own hair and makeup. So there's the money we need to get us to Milan.
How do I get this into your head? We are marketing to the world's most sophisticated buyers.
Half of whom probably watch the evening news wearing their wives' brassieres.
A news flash for Lola. There are a whole lot of us who don't watch the evening news in brassieres.
Well, bully for you, but you ain't my buyer.
Then here's another news flash. I am not flying all the way across Europe just to sell to your chums.
We won't be selling to anyone if we can't get to Milan.
Then there's no reason to go if all we've got to show is a bunch of Nancy boys stomping about in skirts. We need to show these boots on women.
Women?
You heard me.
That was never the deal.
Well, then the deal was wrong.
What did that girl say to you?
I am not embarrassed in the name of Price and Son by parading a plain load of misfits at the most influential footwear show in the world. Listen to me, Lola, these boots can be mainstream.
Drag queens are mainstream. Just this morning I was offered a gig singing at a nursing home Charlie and Clapton.
And maybe that's just where you belong. Look at you. You're meant to be a business person. How many successful designers do you think go about camped up like the entertainment at low-rent tea dance?
After all I've shared with you, you still think I'm wearing this for a lack of a pair of trousers?
Look, I get it. I understand. All of this frou-frou, it protects who you really are. I heard you.
You heard nothing.
I'm telling you, you don't have to hide. Once the industry sees your work, you'll be able to stop all of this and have a normal life.
You're a fool.
Am I? I'd wager if we stood side by side and asked passers-by which one of us is fooling himself, most of the votes would swing your way. Why am I the only one in here who believes in you?
You believe in my shoes. I am not my shoes.
No, you're a joke. You think you're being all mystical and deep, representing the best of both sexes, but I'm here to tell you that all you are is daft. You say you want to be treated like a man, then start acting like one. I'm sorry, but sometimes the truth hurts.
The truth? The truth? We're done here.
Simon! Yes, that's right, Simon. When you show up at the airport, try to look something like your passport photo. Yes? For both our sakes. Here. This is shite. Do it again.
You're out of your bloody mind.
This is for Milan.
Milan. Milan, you don't even know what Milan is. You've never been there, you're just guessing. And I'm going home.
I don't have to guess to know what's good.
They'll be good enough for your father.
Well, I am not my father.
Truer words were never spoke.
Do it again.
As the saying goes, you want something done your way, have at it. What say we clear out and leave the man from Milan to his stitches?
We have all these samples to make and no time. If you all go home now, what have we been working for? Maggie, Marge, George. George. Who was I kidding? This scheme was skidding. My fractured attempt at taking control. I tried in vain, now I'm to blame. Now I'm left with a deep, dark hole. So confident, so collected, and so cool. Hey, look at me now. I'm a fool. I'm bad loser, black and loser. Who's a loser? A merry-go-round spiraling down. I'm all used up, I'm chafed and chewed up. Who's just screwed up? The same old Charlie hitting the ground. 'Cause I'll never be the soul of a man, noble and wise like the soul of a man who lifted me high like the soul guess I'm just a ruse in my father's shoes. Not amusing, no confusing this streak of losing. Totally brutal and useless too. How can I be the soul of a man, noble and wise like the soul of a man who lifted me high, like the soul of a man, heroic and true, like the soul of a man that I looked up to. Just when I'm reaching for that rung at the top, I'm that broken heel, unsteady, ready to drop. When will I be the soul of a man, noble and wise like the soul of a man who lifted me high, soul of a man, heroic and true like the soul of a man that I looked up to. What else could I do? I'll never be, no, I'll never be. I have gone and let you down. Oh, soul of a man. Here comes that familiar sound. Same old Charlie hitting the ground. You just keep walking. You want no part of this.
Down, doggy. Like every mutt I've ever met, you only growl because you're scared.
Dogs growl to protect something. I've nothing left to growl over.
You're a funny one, Charlie Price. I always took you for a spoiled brat waiting to have the world handed to him.
Don't hand me nothing unless you want it destroyed.
Budge up. Feeling sorry for ourselves, eh? I felt the same way when my dad died.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was so lost. After the funeral, the undertaker handed me a shoebox of his stuff and said, "That's what he left." And I looked at him and I said, "No, this is what he left." What a body leaves behind ain't in his pocket. Sometimes it's what he inspired in others. Oh. Turn around, Charlie.
What's going on? Where's the factory all lit up?
Go and see for yourself.
Hey. Well, you did this?
Me? No. Don done it. Lola challenged him to accept someone for who they are, and I'd say he rather rose to the occasion.
What, so Don got everyone back to work just by accepting Lola?
No, Charlie. You. Don accepted you.
Oi! I heard you was running low on funds. Last week's pay slips. Who needs to eat?
Here we go, mates. Shall we see what he thinks? Well?
Wow.
My God. The man from Milan says yes!
That's a lot, eh, George? We got it all.
Van should have been here by now. Maybe he's gone round to the loading bay. I'll check.
Lola's not here. She's not coming.
Ring her again.
I've rung a dozen times. I can't even get Pat to answer my calls.
Maybe they're flying straight from London. She wouldn't miss this.
After what I said.
Oh, here comes the van. I'll load the boots. You try Lola again.
Hello, Lola. Guess who again? We're on our way to the airport, but there's a monumental hole where you should be. Which is no surprise. Whenever you leave a room, there's always a great big gap. Just how life with you is. Anyway, I want you to know that I don't blame you for being angry. The way I shot my gob off, I'd walk out myself if I could. Hey, leave it to me to finally find my passion and use it to hurt someone I love. But forget me. Forget Milan. Forget the boots and business. What I wanted to say was, if anyone ever tries to tell you you're something less than a man, then you have them see me. If being a man means being brave enough to take on the entire world, then you're the only man I've ever known. Certainly the best. You challenged Don to change his mind. But I'm the one who really needed that lesson. So, this is Charlie from Northampton telling Simon from Clacton. He is so terribly sorry. Goodbye, Lola. And thank you.
You don't want to see me anymore. You can't listen to me laugh out loud. You don't wanna see me dance. You can't even take the chance that it might reflect on you. You missed out on the best part of me, the part that made me who I am today. Oh, but the best part of me is standing in front of you and loves you anyway. Hold me in your heart till you understand. Hold me in your heart just the way that I am. With all your faults, I love you. Don't give up on me. I won't give up on you. When you took my hand towards me, how to be strong. That's where I picked up where we went all wrong. I know that I hurt you and you hurt me too, but you mean more to me. I must mean more to you. Thank you for welcoming me to your lovely facility. Believe it or not, I grew up just down the road. Anyway, it was my pleasure to come. You see, you're not my usual audience, and I'm probably not your usual entertainment. And that is because I'm actually a man. My name is Simon. Thank you for listening. It was good to see you, Daddy. Goodbye. I love you.
Attenzione! Hello, peoples! Can you hear me? Attenzione! This is a molto importante! Donatella! Che cosa fa questa Maria Kinky Puzza? Prego! Can I see the exhibitors for Paris and Sonna?
That's me.
Aha, and your dresses?
That's me.
Aha, and your models?
Me.
Aha. Then you have everyone you need to proceed, sì?
Sì.
Sì, perfetto. Your presentazione begins in 2 minuti. Inglese pazza!
Not a sign of anyone. No one at all.
Go up front and sit with George. One of these two friendly faces in the crowd.
Charlie, you're not really
Oh,
going
no, go,
to
go, go.
up-
Shoo, 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 shoo.
We're going.
Is he really going to?
It appears so. Yes.
Oh. Does he look sexy?
To me, very. No. No. Charlie, honestly, how can you surprise me anymore? Oh, Come on, Charlie, you can do it.
Don't go thinking it was your sappy phone calls that brought me here. I have come for one thing and one thing only. Congratulations! People of the world, Price and Son proudly presents Lola's Kinky Boots.
Thank you, Lola.
Once I was afraid, but then you came along. You put your faith in me and I was challenged to be strong. When I lost my way, you were there to see me through. Now let Lola lend some love and do the same for you.
Fire to take you higher. We'll light you up like a live wire. Celebrate you to elevate you. When you struggle to stand, we'll take a helping hand. If you hit the dust,
Never put much heart in anything before. You strode into my life and helped me go for something more. Now I stand up for myself. Now I stand out from the crowd. Now I'm standing on high heels. If Dad could see me now. Bring your fire to take you higher. We'll light you up like a live wire. Celebrate you to elevate you. When you struggle to stand, we'll take a helping hand. If you hit the dust, let me raise you up. When you bubble burst, let me raise you up. If you feel a rust, let me raise you up.
I knew you had it in you. I knew what you could do.
You believed in me, let me be right for you.
Your stumbling days are done, and now we're walking on air.
I was a loose shoe, but you need two to make a pair.
Wait! Hold it right there, Buster. Are you saying you'd like to take me out?
Yes.
Are you saying that you and Nicola are through?
Yes.
And that you're actually available?
Yes.
And you still like girls?
Yes.
Look out, Milan, here comes Don. And Don has brought some friends along. When he's stuck inside a seven sea, they're the ones you love are gonna set you free.
We're the same, Charlie boy, you and me.
Just be who you wanna be. Never let them tell you who you ought to be. Just be with dignity. Celebrate yourself triumphantly. You'll see. Just be.
Ladies
Gentlemen,
and those who have yet to make up their minds.
as people all over the world clamor for King Ebro! It is time for us to get back to work. But before we go, we'd like to leave you with the price and Simon's secret to success.
All right, now we've all heard of the 12-step program, have we not? Yes. Well, whatever you can do in 12, let me tell you, we can do in 6. Hey, and it goes like this.
1. Pursue the truth.
2.